Welcome back, everyone. Johnny Keck over at AMP Futures. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your valuable time. Today in this video segment, we're going to show you how to insert drawing tools within MultiCharts.net, AMP exclusive platform at AMP Futures. And we're going to show you how to apply the drawing tools onto the chart. There's two different ways of doing it, and we'll go ahead and demonstrate both options. So let's get right into it. The chart that you see on the screen at this moment is a June mini S&P contract chart. What we're first going to do is going to take our mouse cursor. We're going to right-click right on the chart, and you're going to see an option that says Insert Drawing. All right, so now you can see that there's a list of menu options here that you can choose from. So these are all the available drawing tools that you can use. You have Andrews Pitchfork, you have Fibonacci's, you have Gann tools, horizontal lines, and so forth. All right, so it's very straightforward. This is going to be a pretty short video as this is very self-explanatory in how to add and apply the drawing tools. The main thing is I want to show you, once you get the drawing tool onto the chart, how you can remove it, delete the drawing tool, or if you want to go back and format it to make changes, I'm going to show you how to access that menu option to make those changes. All right, so let's use a basic example. I'm going to use Fibonacci retracements. So you can see I hover my mouse cursor over the Fibonacci tools. There's a sub-menu for the Fibonacci since there are different variations of the Fibonacci tool itself. And then we're going to go to retracement price lines. All right, so now if I left-click on retracement price lines, you're going to see your cursor goes from a regular arrow cursor, and it will change into a drawing tool cursor. So that's going to let you know that the drawing tool has been activated. And now we're going to go ahead and just locate a level on the chart to draw the drawing tool from. So let's just say, for instance, I would like to take the candle and draw the Fibonacci from this top bar here. So what I'm going to do now is hold down my left click with my mouse. While holding down the left click, I'm going to go ahead and just drag my mouse cursor down while holding down the left click. And you can see as you're doing that, it's slowly starting to draw the drawing tool onto the chart. All right, so once you're satisfied with a proper display on the chart, then you're going to release your left click. Or better yet, you're going to left click just once more after releasing it to apply the drawing tool. And now you can see the drawing tool has been drawn right onto the chart. So there you can see that. You can see the different levels, the Fibonacci levels. You can see the percentages. And now, of course, depending on your background color of your chart, you might have some of those levels blend in with the background, so it may not be that noticeable. For example, that bottom fib line that you see there, the gray percentage. So that's kind of hard to see that line. So maybe perhaps you want to go back and make changes so you can have a more obvious color that's going to be presented on the chart in terms of that drawing tool. So what you want to do is you want to left-click on the drawing tool to select it, and what you're going to see is black boxes appear on the drawing tool itself. And this is going to give you an indication letting you know that the drawing tool has been selected. Now the next step is you want to take your mouse cursor, right-click over the black square, and you want to go to Format Fibonacci Retracement Price Lines. All right, when we do that, we're going to left-click, and then now you're going to see you can get in there, you can make changes, you can change the colors of some of the trend lines or the Fibonacci levels that you see. You can thicken up those weights. So very similar to the indicators that we've shown in the prior video. You're just going to hit the drop-down menu and select which weight you'd like to select. You can see the display will let you know how thick that line is going to be. And then what style of trend line do you want, or what style of the drawing tool? Whether you want a solid line, a broken line. So very similar concept, just as we were formatting indicators in the previous video. And of course, you can change the color templates by clicking in each one of those color templates and choose the color that you'd like to use accordingly. And if there's certain levels that you don't want marked on the chart, then you can always go and uncheck them. As you can see, I just checked that first line, that top line goes away. Or if I check this specific half price line there, that goes away. So you have the ability to manipulate and change and modify the way the drawing tool is going to be displayed on the chart. When you go and left click on the drawing tool itself, and then you're going to right click on the black square, and you're going to format Fibonacci Retracement Price Lines. And this will take you into the properties section of that specific drawing tool. So now you can click on each one of the sub-menu tabs if you want to change the font size or style font, whether you want it to have as a bold, italic. So you can make a lot of these changes accordingly. And in a similar concept with the indicators, you can create alerts for the drawing tools. A lot of times we get questions, hey, if the market reaches a certain price, is there a way I can sound off an alert when the market reaches that price? And there isn't, sometimes you'll have indicators built in platforms that will give you that ability to do that as an indicator. Within MultiCharts.net, what you're just going to simply do is create, for example, a horizontal line and just create an alert for it. So let me show you an example. Let me left click on this drawing tool, remove it. So this time, instead of formatting it, I'm going to right click and remove drawing there. All right, so now you can see the drawing tool has been removed from the chart, and now we're back to a clean slate. All right, so now I'm going to show you a different way of accessing drawing tools. If you notice on the bottom left of the chart, there's a bunch of these little icons that you see on the bottom left corner. So these are all the drawing tools that you can use as well. It's the same menu option when you right-click on the chart and you go to Insert Drawing. It's the same menu option that you see here. The only difference is it's just laid out as a panel on the bottom left corner, so it's a little easier to access versus right-clicking on the chart. And if you hover your mouse cursor over each one of the drawing tools, it will give you an indication of what that drawing tool is going to be. So in this case, there's a horizontal line right there. So I'll left-click it. Notice that that button has been selected. You can see that your mouse cursor has turned into a horizontal line display, which is letting you know that you've selected that specific drawing tool. And now you're just going to simply identify a price level or a level on the chart itself that you want to draw the horizontal line at. So let's just say 2089 even. So I'll left-click, and now I have a drawing tool set at 2089. All right, you can see it's kind of a teal color. If I left-click it, you can see that that drawing tool has been selected. There's the black squares. So you're always looking for those little black squares to let you know that you selected that drawing tool. All right, so now what we're going to do is going to right-click on the black square. We're going to format horizontal line. And then now you can go to the Alerts tab, and you can enable the alerts on bar close or every tick, and you can set it based on how you want the audio alerts to fire off. All right, and then same concept, if you click on the Style tab, it allows you to change the color, the style, the weight, and you can even add text on there. So, for example, in this text field here, if I just type in, just a random example, support, for example, if I just click OK, and it gives you the ability to actually draw and type in that text on the chart there. You can see on the left side. So this gives you a lot of flexibility in how you want to manipulate the drawing tools. Once you get the drawing tool applied onto the chart, if you want to make any modifications, just left-click on the drawing tool. You're going to see those black boxes appear on the drawing tool itself. You want to right-click on the black square. You can either format it or you can remove the drawing. You can lock the drawing. If you lock the drawing, that basically will keep that drawing tool in place. That means you cannot move it. You would have to unlock it before you can move it or delete it. Or you can even clone the drawing. So if you clone it, it just creates a duplicate of that drawing tool. And this pretty much summarizes the drawing tools. Very straightforward, very easy to do. The main thing is understanding where to go to add the drawing tools, how to delete them, and how to format them if you want to make any changes. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.